If you love college basketball and miss it as much as I do, you clicked on the right video. Because in today's video, we're just going to be talking about the ESPN way too early top 25 college basketball teams going into next year. Because let's be honest, there's really no off season for college basketball, and it's just a really boring time. But like we do forget like who's on every team, and I'm just going to be recapping who's on every team, if I think the team's going to be a little overrated, underrated, how good I actually think they are. And I'm really curious to know your opinions too, because the top 25 list is never the actual top 25 teams in college basketball. And the team that's not ranked number one almost never finishes and wins the national championship. So, my opinion could be right, it could be wrong, could miss, but I'm curious to know what your opinions are. So, please comment down what your opinions are, who your favorite team going into next year is. I mean, I'm a big time Kentucky fan, so I'm always rooting for Kentucky. I always pick them to win my bracket, and they always sell. St. Peter's, you broke my heart. But anyways, let me know who you like going into next year, who you don't like. But without further ado, I'm just gonna go through this list. Obviously, the list starts off with Kansas. This list was updated September 5th, so that's 10 days ago at the time I'm recording this. I don't know when I'm dropping this video, but Kansas is number one. I'm just gonna look at the starting lineup. They got Harris coming back. They got Kevin McCullough coming back. KJ Adams, Hunter Dickinson. I don't know if KJ Adams and Hunter Dickinson are going to be on the court at the same time too much. I think he's going to be in the backup role. But obviously, Kansas is projected to be really good. I have no idea who this Nick Timberlake dude is. I'm about to go watch some highlights on him real quick, so I'll be right back. So from what I just saw of Nick Timberlake, he can definitely shoot the ball. He's basically their Grady Dick replacement. Not much other to say than that. I didn't see any defense because highlights don't show defense. I'm more intrigued by the defensive side, but this team's Kansas. They're going to be good defensively. But yeah, he looks like he can shoot. I think this team, they're the number one team in the country. I think they're probably properly rated. They're definitely a top 5 team. I don't know if I'd necessarily put them at number 1, but Kansas is looking really good to start off the year. Especially with these 2 transfers, and then they're bringing everyone back but Jalen Wilson and Grady Dick. And then their coach, Bill Self. You love him or hate him, can't deny he's a great coach. So yeah, they look pretty good. Duke, Jeremy Roach, Tyrese Proctor. Tyrese Proctor is going to have a huge season. Duke was really good going into the March Madness last year. They were just way too young. That's one of my concerns for my Kentucky team. We're really young. Young teams don't do well in March Madness, but all these guys are experienced except for Jared McCain. And Jared McCain honestly plays like a veteran. Like he's a sharpshooter, 3-and-D. Like he's gonna play well. He's gonna mesh well. The only thing I worry about this Duke team is their height down low and interior defense. I'm not sold on Kyle Filipowski defensively. Great offensive player. He's one of the next great Duke big men. But yeah, Duke, I honestly like this Duke team more than I like the Kansas team, though, simply because Jeremy Roach, I really believe in him. I believe Tyrese Proctor is going to have a great year. Jared McCain is there. Kyle Filipowski. Like, I think this Duke team's going to be really hard to beat, especially at home because they're Duke. But yeah, I think I would honestly put Duke at number 1 over Kansas. I would probably flip them, but that's just my personal opinion. Then we look at Purdue. Purdue always chokes in March Madness. If you pick Purdue to win a March Madness bracket, like your main one, I'd fill out like 20 of these, but I've never picked them to win my main bracket. But I don't care how good Zach Edey is, even though he's like, I don't know how teams don't stop him, but hey, they can't. So he's a good player. But like, they were young, but they have a 7'4" dude, and they lost to a team whose tallest player is 6'8". That just goes to show that Purdue ain't there. You look at, I know, if you follow college basketball on any social media, you know, they lose North Texas, St. Peter's, but so did Kentucky. I won't say anything about that. Farley Dickinson, FDU. Like, they get upset every year. So it's not that I'm like Jaden Ivey 2 years ago, phenomenal. Travion Williams, I think, like phenomenal. They have a lot of good players. I'm more not confident in Purdue because of their coach. I don't know how you have the rosters you have and you don't win in March Madness. Now I know he's a good all-time coach, lots of Big Ten championships, but he's got to figure out something better to do, in March Madness, because getting upset every year isn't cutting it. Like, it's okay if you get upset every now and then, but you get upset every year by a team that has no business beating you. So I wouldn't have Purdue in my top 5 going into the year. That's my personal opinion. I don't trust them. But who knows? They can prove me wrong. Now, I don't mean to diss the coach at all. Like, he's a great all-time coach. Do not get me wrong. It's just what's happening every year that you lose to teams that have no business beating you. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Michigan State's at 4. Let me see. They're returning these 4 guys right here. They're crazy. I'd put Michigan State at my number 2 team. From the 4 teams I've seen, it's Duke, Michigan State, Kansas, then Purdue. That's how high I am on Michigan State. I actually had them in my Elite 8 last year. Like, I predicted them to upset Marquette. Like, I have a lot of faith in Michigan State. And then they also have 3 5-star recruits that are going to be coming off the bench. The only one I know much about is Jeremy Fears. But again, I don't follow high school basketball like too much. Like, they're in high school. A lot of high school stars don't pan out well. I wait to see how good they are. And these 4 players are proven college basketball players. Malik Hall, very good in my opinion. Then this backcourt of Tyson Walker and AJ Hoggard, very, very good. Then Jaden Akins, nice lefty. He's just got a smooth game, in my opinion. So I like Michigan State next year. They're a very good team going in next year. I put them at my number 2 team going in next year. UConn Huskies, your defending champs. Sam Spencer. I do not know much about him. I'm going to watch his highlights. Because, yeah. I don't know much about him. So let's just go look at this. All right, what I saw from Cam Spencer, he's just a very high IQ player, can shoot the ball. He can do a little bit of everything. He's going to fit in with UConn very, very nicely. Yeah. I also think Tristan Newton is going to be ridiculous next year, scoring-wise. Stephon Castle, I know a little bit about him. He's perfect for UConn. I'm high on him. Alex Caravan, I don't know why. I don't. He's a good player. There's just nothing I really enjoy watching about Alex Caravan. Nothing personal at all. It's just like when I'm watching UConn and I see him on the court, there's just something about it that I'm just like, really? But he's a good player. You're playing D1 basketball. Everyone at this level is a very good player. Just because I'm not high on you doesn't mean you're not a good player. I want to make that very clear. Like, I think there's a lot of good players that I personally am not a fan of. But Alex Caravan just happens to be one. Then Donovan Clingan, he would have been, like, if Adama Sanogo wasn't Adama Sanogo last year, Donovan Clingan would have been he probably would have been drafted in the first round of the NBA draft this past year. But he's definitely high on everyone's boards going into next year. I think he'll have a really good impact. I do like this UConn team. I always struggle with defending champs, though, because I think I believe in the thing called the championship hangover, and meaning they don't have a great season after. they'll have a great season. I mean, they don't have a great postseason, so like I don't think they'll be good in March Madness. I think they'll probably lose in the second round, just like Kansas did, just like Baylor did. They're the defending champs have lost in the second round the past 2 or 3 years now. But anyways, UConn's good. I'd probably have them at number. I think they're better than Purdue, obviously. I think them and Kansas are on the same level going into next year. Um, but yeah, that's how I feel. I think they're definitely a top 5 team. Houston Cougars, Jamal Sheed, very good. Um, LJ Cryer from Baylor. I didn't even know they got him. LJ Cryer's nice. Um, then Emmanuel Sharp. I don't know much about him. Don't know much. I don't know much about any of the other three besides their two guards, but I'm not really gonna waste time looking at it. I trust their coach. I trust their defense. They're gonna be a good team. I have no problem putting them at 6. Yeah, no problem putting Houston at 6. Their coach is very, very good. Um, yeah, no problem with it. Houston at 6 is fine. This backcourt's gonna be lethal though. Gonzaga Bulldogs, the team that sells every year despite everybody always having them very high. They got Nemhard in the transfer portal, Nolan Hickman. They lose everyone. They lost Timmy, Strother, Bolton, Malachi Smith. I'm not feeling Gonzaga this year. These 3 players alone being gone, like I know Gonzaga's very good and they transfer, but the reason Gonzaga's been good is because they have had Drew Timme, and I did not like Drew Timme at all. I hated watching Gonzaga play, but I will not lie, Drew Timme was a great college basketball player, but they don't have Drew Timme anymore. They don't have Julian Strother. They don't have Chet Holmgren. Like they don't. I'm not really feeling it. Mark Few's great coach. This Malachi Smith dude, I'm pretty sure he was really, really good. I don't remember that one dude's name. I think it was Malachi Smith though. Who was really, really like he was their best guard in March Madness. Like those are 4 big losses. Then Anton Watson makes me very, very upset watching. So I'm not sold on Gonzaga. They're gonna be a good team, but I don't know if I'd put them in my top 10. Probably top 15 is more fair. I got to see them play first because, like, I see these 2 guys average double-digit points, so they're gonna win their conference. But yeah, I'm not. There's nothing really that jumps out to me, but that's just my opinion. Then Tennessee. Yeah, they're probably gonna be there. They get Zakai back. That's big. Yeah, they're always good. They're always a pain to my Kentucky teams. They're always annoying. So, yeah, there you go. FAU. I don't know how you return every player and you're not ranked in the top. They made it to the Final Four. They beat the Tennessee last year. I mean, I know they didn't have Zakai Ziegler, but come on. I think I'd put an FAU definitely over Houston. I think FAU would be top 5 in my opinion. They're returning every player. We all saw. And they added a dude that averaged 20 points a game. Yeah, I think I'm oh wait, no. I'm tripping. That was Tennessee. Yeah, they didn't lose or add nothing. They're just running it back. They're gonna be good. I respect it. Marquette Golden Eagles. Are they returning like everybody except for Olivier Maxence Prosper? Yeah, this Cam Jones is so nice. I love watching Cam Jones play. He's just nice. I think Tyler Kolek is gonna have a get back year after that performance in March Madness. Then their big's good. I would put Marquette a little bit higher, in my opinion. I think Marquette's going to be very good. Shaka Smart is a great coach. He has the worst luck in March Madness, but I am totally bought on him as a coach. Shaka Smart's a great coach. Marquette's going to be good. Yeah. they lost to a good Michigan State team last year in a competitive game. It happens. Arizona Wildcats. I really don't know. I'm trying to draw a picture of Jaden Bradley in my mind. Hey Siri, who is Jaden Bradley from Alabama? Let's see what he looks like. Because if it's the player I'm thinking of, then good addition. Yeah, it's not the player I was thinking of. So sure. I think Arizona is very overrated. It's just my opinion. Caleb Love, I hope he has a get back year though. And then San Diego State, at 12 is probably very good. Trammell, Butler, are they returning that big? Is the big man Mensa? I think I really liked him. It says he's not starting, so I'm assuming he's gone. If he's returning, I think 12 is fine. But if he's not, I don't. I trust San Diego State. They're good. They're consistently good every year. So yeah, I respect it. But I really don't know what happened to Mensa. And then Creighton, they sold me. I would have won my bracket if they if they made it to the Final Four and they lost to San Diego State, bro. But Trey Alexander, Stephen Ashworth, Baylor Shireman. Oh, Ashworth. I didn't mean to say what I said. Sorry if I said what I think I said. But yeah, Creighton's going to be good. Good starting lineup. They got a Virginia transfer. Virginia's good. Oh yeah, they don't have Kaluma anymore. Where's Arthur Kaluma? Didn't he go to Kansas State? George Millie. I'll never turn on girlfriend. Yeah. Kansas State, man. Too bad they're not going to be as good. But they're still going to be good. They're not going to be as good, though. But I'm glad I mentioned them in this video since I doubt they're top 25. But they weren't top 25 last year, and they were a 3 seed, so who knows. But yeah, Kalkbrenner, he's probably going to get hurt again. He's very fragile. I don't wish him any injuries, but he's so injury prone. It's crazy. Trey Alexander is a good guard. Baylor Shireman, he can shoot the 3. Stephen Ashworth from Utah State. I exactly know who it is. Yeah, this team's good. I think 13 is fine for their ranking. Tremont Mark went to Arkansas. Woo! Arkansas is going to be a pain in my butt as a Kentucky fan. Trayvon Brazil is healthy. And I already know they got NBA players. Arkansas, I would put higher just simply because I trust them in March Madness. Now, I don't know what they'll be doing in the regular season. I mean, they were really just off a lot of injuries and stuff. But Devo Davis, they added a dude named Khalif Battle. Let's check his highlights real quick. That brother's nice, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if Khalif Battle can shoot the ball, that boy's nice. That brother's nice. He ain't a boy. That's a grown man cooking, bro. All right. Yeah, I'd have Arkansas higher. Nate Oates, phenomenal head coach. And then these 2 transfers plus Devo Davis and Brazil. And Mekhi Mitchell is there to be there. But yeah, they're going to be good. They're top 10 in my eyes. From what I just saw from that one dude and adding Tremont Mark, they're going to be very good. Head coach, too. They need to be higher. UNC. Are they going to have a bounce back year? I really hope so because that was embarrassing last year. But Elliot Cadeau and RJ Davis, I don't exactly know how both of these 2 are going to be on the court at the same time as they're both smaller guards. But how tall is Elliot Cadeau? Let's Google that real quick. Yeah, he's only 6'1". So you got him and RJ Davis. The average height between those 2 is 6'1", since I think they're both 6'1". I'm not loving. I don't know how well that's going to work out in my professional basketball J-Hoopa opinion. I'm just not bought on that backcourt. Doesn't mean it won't be good, but if there's like a big guard, like let's look at Arkansas for example. They got Tremont Mark and Devo Davis. One of them's going to guard Khalif Battle. Khalif Battle he's a big dude, bro. But the other one got to deal with him, and the other's got to deal with Devo Davis or Tremont Mark, who are both 6'5" plus. They better hope that they can handle their own on defense. I mean, this offense is going to be crazy, but this defense I don't trust. But I do like Herbert Davis as a coach. So, yeah, UNC's fine at 15, but they're definitely gonna have to outscore their opponents. Since I don't see a way where they can stop anyone defensively. The Villanova Wildcats. Villanova's got a lot of transfers, and they got Justin Moore still and Eric Dixon. Um, Villanova doesn't have Jay Wright as their coach anymore, but I think like after every year there's kind of a transition period when you get a different coach. I mean, it didn't happen for Duke or UNC, but it happened for Villanova because who knows why. But Justin Moore is healthy. I don't know if I put Villanova 16, but you also look at these 3 transfers all averaging double figure points. I'm not gonna look it up, watch their stats. I'm just gonna assume that they're pretty good, but all 5 of these guys averaging double digit points, and these are good D1s like Washington State, Pac-12, Maryland, Big Ten, Richmond. What's Richmond? The AC something, right? I don't know often. Whatever one that Dayton's in, the Valley 10. Don't clown me for this. Y'all know it's not a Power 5, but it's still a good school. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, yeah, Villanova's good. So I like him at 16. That's fine. Kentucky Wildcats. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah. You're in a Fox jersey. What you know about that? Yeah, I already know. We're returning Antonio Reeves. I seen Trey Mitchell, this West Virginia transfer. He's a big guy. Justin Edwards and DJ Wagner. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-wee! That's exciting. However, they're both young. They're gonna struggle at times. It's just gonna happen. But I'm not gonna buy too much into their struggles because I know they'll be able to bounce out of it and combat it. But I'm expecting the struggles from this team. And then where Robert Dillingham, he's gonna struggle a lot this year. He reminds me offensively. He reminds me of freshman year Emmanuel Quickly, who didn't really fit in well, but then he played out of his mind sophomore. Robert Dillingham doesn't have the defensive intangibles that Emmanuel Quickly did, but he has a better, more flashier offensive game. So I do like Robert Dillingham, but he's not going to be that impactful this first year, in my opinion. But Aaron Bradshaw, Portland Trailblazers, you need to try and draft that dude if he has a good freshman year. But who knows what's going to happen. We're very young. That's my only concern. And I do like 17. I think 17's proper. Because normally you rank us top 5 when we're out of the top 25 after a week. So, but yeah. Whatever. Miami Hurricanes. They still got Nigel Pack, Wagyu Poplar. No, it's Wuga, right? And then Matthew Cleveland, Norchad O'Meara. I mean, you got Pack and O'Meara. They're pretty good. Let's just leave it at that. And then Jim Larinaga is a great coach. So yeah, Miami's fine, 18. Texas A&M returning their whole starting 5. They should be higher. Texas A&M is very, very scary for a lot of teams. They just didn't come to play against Penn State. And Penn State was very, very good. I thought I was 50-50 on that matchup last year. But yeah, I think Penn State handled business and just downed a good Texas A&M squad in a good 10v7 matchup. But they're going to be out for blood and revenge. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this Texas A&M team. Too bad they're in the SEC like Kentucky, though. The Baylor Bears. I'm not gonna comment on them. I don't even know anybody on their 5. USC Trojans. I like this list because they're not overhyping them. I really do. Isaiah Collier, I think he's going to struggle in the college basketball game because his games, the play style is very, very high school wise. And you see really, really good high school players sort of struggle their first few games playing. No doubt he's one of the best he's the best guard in my eyes in the freshman class. But there's gonna be an adjustment period for him, just like there's gonna be for every other freshman. But USC wasn't phenomenal. Well, they had some good players. I won't say that, but USC has a lot of guards. And I don't know any of their bigs, but I did want to mention Isaiah Collier and just say he's going to be good eventually, I think. But there's going to be a learning period for him, and that it's going to happen. But I like USC 21, and then Brownie, get better, Brownie. I hope you can play this year. If not, it's all right. Your life's more important than basketball. Remember that. But he'll be very helpful. And then Boogie Ellis is always good. So yeah, they're gonna be a fun team to watch. And then Alabama, Mark Sear, they got a lot of transfers. Yeah, I don't know any I'm trying not to talk about too much. Like if I don't know a team, I don't know a team. Simple as that. The Texas Longhorns deserve to be higher. They were my champion last year, and we sold to Miami. Anyways, I didn't have any faith in Kentucky last year. I went with Texas the whole way. But Dylan DeSue was hurt and didn't play. Whew, I could have won so much money from my bracket. But we had Tyrese Hunter, Max Amos, I think. I'm not gonna do him a disservice and mispronounce his name. This backcourt's deadly. It's a small backcourt, but Tyrese Hunter can guard. He can play defense. That's exactly what you want. Caden Cedric from Virginia. I'm not entirely sure who that is, but he looks like a center. I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. But Dylan DeSue and Dylan Mitchell. Dylan DeSue played out of his mind in March Madness, so I have faith in him in March Madness. And then Dylan Mitchell, he only played he started last year and then just came out essentially. But for what's his name, the one with a pump fake, Serge Abari Rice was nice. But yeah, he's gonna have a huge leap next year. So I do like this Texas team. I would put Texas in my top 15. Rodney Terry is a phenomenal coach too. But yeah, and then St. John's, the Red Storm. Yeah, I wasn't watching St. John's basketball last year, so I really don't know. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know who your favorite college basketball teams are going into next year. I definitely want to know more of your opinion since, like I said, it's really hard to figure out who's good and whatnot because college basketball is just you don't know until you see it essentially. So let me know who your sleepers are. Let me know who you think I'm overrating or who I'm overrating or underrating. Sorry. I'm on 2K rebuilding teams on my second channel. It's called J Hoopa's Gaming. I just started it. So go check that out if you like 2K. Who knows? Maybe I'll do some college basketball stuff on 2K. But go check that out. And then subscribe to this channel if you enjoy because we're going to be talking about college basketball. And I'm going to make my weekly power rankings every week, just like I'm doing in the NBA. So yeah, come join me for this ride. We're going to have lots of fun this year during college and NBA basketball. Have a good one. Bye.